All right, guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Bolton gamers? Long have you waited for today's stream, I think. I have gotten a lot of requests to play Bolton. I mean, ever since Heavy Hitters came out. Obviously, a lot of the focus has been on the new heroes like Kasai and Olympia. And because this is a generic warrior set, Dorinthea got a lot of cards as well. But good old faithful Bolton, quietly or not quietly, has been a very, very solid pick for RTN season. And there's many, many ways to build Bolton. So there, that's what we're going to be investigating today. All right, we will let some of the people flow in now, and yeah, how has your guys' weekend been? Yes, new haircut. Correct. This is what my hair length normally is, but so when I lived in Hong Kong, I had this barber that I went to like every 4 weeks, and it was great. I love that guy. So my hair is very consistent. But in the US, I haven't really found a hair cutter or that I really really like. This haircut is like pretty close to the one that I used to have, so I might go back to this lady here. Um, yeah. So how has your weekend been? Have you guys been crushing RTNs? Have you guys been prepping for Pro Tour or prepping for the calling? Have you guys been? I don't know. Well, I think there's like a Star Wars game or something like that. So let me know what you guys have been doing. In the meantime, we'll do a little mailbag. So yeah, okay. So we got 4 cards here. Uh, shipped to me. Well, you guys are never gonna guess what these are because these are not for me. My friend wanted a artist that is going to be at Pro Tour LA to sign some of his cards, so he FedExed me these 4 cards here. Can you guess the artist? Let's go with that. Let's start with the artist, and then we'll go with the cards. Okay. Let's see what you guys can do. Notably, at Pro Tour LA, there will be the guy that did the Olympia art. So I'm definitely gonna go chit chat with him because I adore Olympia. Um, yeah. Spoiler: there's gonna be a article coming up very very soon on Wraith Times talking about Olympia. So that's one of the first articles I've written for Flesh and Blood. Normally I make videos, but written form content is pretty cool too. Omar says, went to battle hardened Philly and made so many mistakes because of brain mush, and it was their first big competitive event. That could happen, especially I heard that was like 8 rounds as well. So once we start pushing into 8 round territory, that's like okay, that's quite the day. Which hero did you play? All right, guys, just letting people filter in at the moment. I generally try not to start on the main topic immediately at 8 because people are people always filter in about an hour later. It seems like. Did you what was I gonna say? So this was the final week of RTN. So I think there was a lot of people that were trying to get RTN invites, as well as people at Battle Hardened Philly. I've been scrambling the last couple days trying to figure out what I'm going to play for Pro Tour. I still don't know. Jabba Feet says, bit of Dory Repper for a bit and played it at my RTNs in Ireland. Cool. Shout out to you. And shout out to Ireland. Bombed out of 2. Oh, but got top 8 in the last one. Narrowly missed out on top 4. Sad times. Well, that's unfortunate. There is the Ireland Nationals open invite or closed invite? Josh Gardner, what's up, man? Wolverine from Talishar. We play all the time late night. Really? I don't play very much late at night. I'm not sure who you're playing. Maybe you're playing. What's the username of the guy you're playing? Omar says, I played Dorinthea on accident. How does that happen? Because I brought her and Kasai, but she was the one I put together, and it took so long to decide. Yeah, they share a lot of cards, so yeah. Dromai is hurting for me. Still need to get my head around how to play it. Yeah, Dory against Dromai is very tricky, and it really depends. The optimal way to play that matchup actually depends on how competent your opponent is. So, I think I did good for my first event. Only lost to the person who won the whole thing. And it was Dan Rukowski's brother. Fair enough. Steve Argyle is the artist, maybe. His art is stunning, especially the dragons. You are correct. Congratulations, Equinox. These are Steve Argyle cards that need to be signed. Now, can you guess which cards they are? Steve Argyle has done a lot of different art for the game of Flesh and Blood. It is open. I just need to catch it the day it opens. They sell out immediately. I'm not sure what you're talking about. NXI, right? I am not NXI. I am Josh Lau. NXI is a good friend of mine, though. NXI is in California, and I am on Central Time Zone. Played Bolton at 2 RTNs. Okay. My first 2 events went 4-2 and 0-3. Found out I'm bad at combo. Now here's the thing. Combo is not always the optimal way to play Bolton, as we're going to discover today. Maybe he's different time zone. It's 2 a.m. in my area, for example. Yeah, late at night. Oh, yeah. Josh is like, oh, my mistake. Yeah, I know NXI plays quite a bit on Talishar. Him and I have a lot of similar thoughts on Dory, and he's very, very good at Dory. I hope they're the dragons. The dragons are your favorite. Unfortunately, they are not the dragons. 3 a.m. right now. I'm dead tired, but Josh's stream smiley face. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. That means... Oh, so I know that the Netherlands is 6 hours ahead right now. So that's 2:15. So you must be in the time zone east of the Netherlands. So I guess that's... I think that's GMT plus 2, right? So which GMT plus 2 country are you from? Tabibos. When Dromai rotates, do you think there are some less obvious heroes who will get a bump? Okay, so Illusionists have traditionally, and remind me because I'm gonna forget to talk about this. People say that this meta is really wide open. This meta is basically just an evolved triangle meta. But I'll get back to that point in a second. Czech Republic. There we go. So GMT +2. Shout out to Czech Republic. Okay. Oh, Czech Republic is 2 a.m. 3 a.m. must be the time zone over. Okay, so the question was when Dromai rotates, who do you think will get a bump? So traditionally, Illusionists have gate kept two classes in particular, Guardian and Warrior, because of the way that Guardian operates is very difficult for them to clear a lot of. Well, Dromai is very different than Prism, but traditionally that has been a tough matchup. Or at least it's a matchup that goes very, very long and you have to build your deck in a very, very particular way. And then obviously Warrior, every single Warrior, as I talked about during my State of the Union Warrior edition, every single Warrior in the game doesn't really want to see Dromai across from them. Let's see who. Well, I mean, we could kind of go by the stats here. Let's see here. I'm sure there are many, many, many heroes, but let's see. Okay, so yeah, obviously things like Olympia, Kasai, Bolton will all get a bonus. The Rangers also can have some difficulty with them. Traditionally, Auzuri was also very it's with Guardian and Assassin, I've heard mixed things about that matchup. Like Guardians are like, yeah, I'm 80% into Dromai, and Dromai's like, yeah, I'm 80% into Bravo. I'm like, okay, an 80 matchup. Oh, great. That's great. Same with Auzuri. I think on paper Auzuri should be awful into Dromai, but I've heard that, you can skill gap it to some extent. I don't really know how that's possible, given how inefficient the weapons are and the fact that you want to swap your 6 power stuff in. So I don't really know how that works. But yeah, tradition. So I would say like Assassin, Guardian, and Warrior would get a bump. Unfortunately, it looks like even if Dromai wins Pro Tour, we're going to have another 998 situation on our hands where Dromai's going to have 996 LL points, which is stupid. if Dromai had won one more RTN, Dromai would be at a clean 800. Tekla Vossen, sure. Like a lot, Dromai being a top tier deck and having a very particular play style does gatekeep a lot of heroes. So yeah, so I think we'll be in for a very, very new meta if Dromai rotates. It'd be really cool to get a Leviathan Demi Hero signed on both sides by 2 different artists. That'd be such an awesome collection piece. Yeah. All right. Let me show you guys what cards we have here that my friend wants to get signed. So we have a Cold Foil Nebula Blade. We also have a Rainbow Foil Viserai, which is I checked TCG Player. This thing's like $250, so it's like my friend is a huge Viserai stan, as you can see, and then a couple more copies of Viserai. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some time maybe on Sunday to get these signed by Steve for my friend. All right. Okay, I think we've given people enough time to filter in. Let's get going. All right. Let us transition over here. Okay, so let's take a look at so Fabric is, I can't do it on Sunday. Well, I mean, what between rounds I can talk to Steve, right? All right, so fabrec.gg is one of the sponsors of the Card Guys. And I do use this website, and you guys should too. For those of you familiar with Magic the Gathering and Commander, this should look very familiar. This is basically the sister page to EDHREC. And so we're going to take a look at Bolton. We're going to take a look at, some of the common cards that people have been putting in, seeing if we could identify any changes that have been made recently with heavy hitters. So heavy hitters introduced all vanilla warrior cards, right? There's no light warrior cards that were added. And as we know, Bolton, the bar for non-light cards in Bolton's deck is extremely high. We really don't want to be playing non-light cards because they mess up our Luminas, they mess up our Vs, they mess up Warband, they mess up Halo, they mess up Prayer of Bolana, there's a lot of clunky things with non-light cards, right? So we're gonna take a look at this I guess let's just take a look at it now, right? So we still have, for headpieces, nothing's really changed. We got Warband and Halo. Some people are running Crown of Providence. I don't know why you would run Crown of Providence when Warband exists. In the arm slot, we have Null Ring Gloves, Iron Song versus Gallantry Gold, very standard here. So this is played with the Raiden builds, or when you need more armor when you're comboing, Gallantry Gold, obviously for the combo, Null Ring Gloves against Kano. Chest piece, we're seeing all three here. Notably, we're not seeing Grains. So we have Tunic. Obviously, Tunic is excellent in Bolton. Soulbound Resolve, this is mainly played against Kano. Courage is played for the combo. But only 17% of Bolton decks are playing Grains of Bloodspill. And I'm not actually sure I'm not really sure what to say here. If you're playing dual wield, you might as well run Courage and go for the combo. If you're playing Raiden or Dawnblade, I guess, you only have one chance for this to activate. I'm not sure. Like, I feel like this has potential, but you have to have extra resources like sitting around. So it's like, if you have extra resources sitting around, you probably put them into Iron Song Versus. And then if you put it into Iron Song Versus, the chance that they block is really high. So it's like, you're not really going to get this, right? Okay, going down the equipment here, we have No Room Boots. These are, I'm glad to see that this has started to be implemented. We still have some people running Radiant Flow. This is the more old school version of dealing with Kano. So the old school version was Halo Flow Gloves. So Spell Void 4, not really Spell Void 4, but effectively Spell Void 4, AB1. However, that is not the correct way to deal with good Kanos. A better way to deal with good Kanos is actually Spell Void 2, AB2, in my opinion. So we've kind of moved off Radiant Flow, which makes sense. Brave Forge Bracers, I think Versus is just better. Yeah, and all of these here is just fringe. Yeah. Okay, for weapons here, most decks are Raiden. Most decks, or a good portion of decks, have Centauri Hot Streak, and then anything other than that is considered fringe. There actually has been an interesting development with Bolton, in that, so the issue with Raiden, I guess we can just, the issue with Raiden is that you can get fatigued. So we've seen some people start running Jubil or Dawnblade because it gives you a real weapon, right? Now, obviously that changes the whole cost curve of the deck. But I think if you're playing Jubil or Dawnblade, you would probably combine it with Grains. Okay, so let's move on here. Okay, this is okay. So these are action cards. Okay, so Lumina, obviously, this should be 100%. I don't know what decks would not. I guess Great Axe decks maybe don't run Lumina. And Great Axe is what, 9%? Yes, so 7% of decks are Great Axe decks. So yeah, they wouldn't be running Lumina. Obviously, you run Lumina, you run Spirit. 30% of decks still running Bolana. This is a card I like. This is in my World Championship deck. The issue is that when you warp your deck around yellows, you're just missing like 5 to 10 damage over the course of the game, which is, it's difficult to justify this. Commanding performance. So this okay, so Prayer Bolana actually may see a little bit more play now that we have like the clashes, so you actually get to see what's on top of your deck. Maybe there's a world where this is actually decent here. Because if you know that the top card is yellow, this card's great. The issue is that if it's not yellow, well then it's, you know, this card's not that great. This is one of my favorite playmats, so there's that. Commanding performance, we haven't seen much play. Yeah, there's it hard drops off down to here, right? All right, attack actions. We see all of our familiar faces here. We could tell by the high usage of yellow take flight, yellow bolt occurred, yellow beaming bravado, that there's a lot of Raiden, red-yellow Raiden decks running around. We have our classic 7 power poppers. This is like one of the good things about Bolton is actually he's very resilient against Herald of Triumph. Illuminate, great card here, 0 cost, comes in at a break point. And then we start getting, okay, so Command and Conquer, this is the, I think you guys already know how I feel about Command and Conquer in decks without Tunic Pummel. It is just a okay card. Then we got some blues here. Okay, so we got pretty standard stuff here. Nothing too surprising here. Reactions. Yep. Okay, so we've started to see that Blade Flurry is being incorporated. This is something that I've also started to see more of, is that like, if you're gonna Lumina people, you might as well like make sure it hits. If you just play Lumina out, like if you go Tunic, take flight, charge a card, and then you play Lumina, your hand's completely empty, and then you swing, they're gonna block it every day of the week, right? So I do think like attack reactions are fairly important to the Bolton deck. And it's good to see that there's 18% of these. Like, I think in most styles of Bolton, you're actually going to want this card, which is why I said like Blade Flurry is like close to an auto 3 of in every single warrior deck, which, I mean, the price reflects it, right? This is the most expensive Majestic from the set, right? This is the Swarming Gloomveil of the set. All right, let's chit chat. Let's take a look at the chat a little bit here. I kind of want my Italian Marvel Viscera signed. and you want it in a PGC player slab. All right. Just joined. Are we flexing our stuff to get signed? That's not my stuff. That is my friend wants to get some stuff signed by Steve. And then Kano beats up on all the heroes who get better with Dromai's exit. I mean, Kano's just always going to be there. One of the good things about Bolton and Levia and Prism and Vincent, but to a lesser degree, is that Bolton and Levia have access to Spell Void 2, and they're aggressive enough to put lethal on the stack within 4 or 5 turns. And they are not they are a deck that can pay for AB. So if you're looking for a deck that does well against Kano, Bolton and Levia are good choices. And that's partly why Bolton is high on my list for Pro Tour decks. I've basically narrowed it down to Dory or Bolton, surprise, surprise. But you know, I'm like thinking like, okay, they're both good. Which one's better? I don't really know at the moment. They both have their strengths and weaknesses. Let's just put it that way. Prism is in a cool spot when Dromai leaves. I agree. What's up, Jason? Well, I guessed wrong 3 times. I'm good at this. Well, at least you tried. Too bad Dromai can't take Prism with her when she LLs. Sayonara, Illusionist. Oh man, Illusionist is a class that I think once we see the 3rd Illusionist, we'll kind of see like a trend. Well, a trend will be established, and then we'll be able to see whether or not Illusionist is going to be a problem in the future. I guess there's already been 3 Illusionists. When we see the 4th Illusionist, we'll see if there's a trend. Because they printed a lot of cards with Ward, and like Ward matters, so maybe the next one will be related to Ward. Prism is just a silly little girl. I don't know, man. Prism's pretty good. People run Radiant Flow because legs. People are running Radiant Flow because they think that Spell Void 4 is how you beat Kano. Spell Void 4 is how you beat bad Kanos. If you're a Kano and you see AB3, you adapt to that. If you see Spell Void 4, you adapt to that. What's hard to adapt to is Spell Void plus AB. Because when you play against high AB, you're basically waiting for them to overextend and kill them. When you're playing against low AB, high Spell Void, you're basically playing to poke them to death. But when they have access to Spell Void and Arcane Barrier, it's very difficult to find that opening. Especially against aggressive decks. Word on the street is TheCardGuyz website and merch is coming very soon. That seems interesting. I really like the idea of running Lead with Vigor in Bolton. That is an interesting card. Interesting. Not needing to pitch for Take Flight or Via the Vanguard to start a turn feels really good. It being non-light is clunky though. That is the Bolton the price of Bolton, I guess. Bolton is one of the better heroes for combating traditional fatigue strategies. I would say no. In general, Bolton is one of the easier heroes to fatigue. If you're playing Raiden. I feel he does well into. So here's the thing: traditionally, fatigue decks are Guardians, which are attack action based, so you have difficulty. What I'm saying is that Raiden Bolton has a lot of issues into Kasai and Dory. That's what I'm saying. Which is why we have combo. I feel like he does well into them. Blade Flurry is so good, though. Blade Flurry is excellent. When are you going to grind some Kasai for us? Oh, man. That is the second most requested thing. The most requested thing was Bolton. And then Kasai. I've already been giving you guys lots of Olympia and Dory streams. So. She got second place in the poll 2 weeks ago. Ah, that she did. I should really put some time into Bolton. I think you're right. He is crazy good. I agree. Bolton is great. When is Josh Lau merch? We already have Josh Lau merch. We have this. We got Lumina Go Boomina. For those of you who remember Pro Tour 2. Hello, Hulk? Okay. Wait, Josh playing Warrior in Pro Tour? Who would have guessed? Oh, yep. See, that, you know, if I ever register something other than Warrior for a tier 3 or 4 event, something majorly went wrong in the metagame. Because even in the Starvo meta, I wasn't tempted. I played Bolton at PT1. Even during Briar and Oldham, wasn't tempted. I played Bolton at PT2. During Worlds, that was what? Icelander, Phi, Oldham were the top decks. Nope. I registered Bolton for Worlds 2022. Pro Tour 3, 40% of the metagame was Lexi. And there was a lot of Oldham. And I registered Dory for Pro Tour 3. World Championship 2023. Got surprised by the amount of Icelanders. And I registered Bolton. So, you know, even though the meta has been very harsh, my resolve has not wavered. And I'll tell you guys why. Okay? So, part of it is I think there's a lot of benefit from playing, not being a hero specialist, but being a class specialist. I think there's a lot of benefits to that. Especially when you have a class that kind of operates. Well, I don't think the Warriors are very similar, but they all operate on the basis of, if you defend Warrior, you're going to have a bad time. If you don't defend Warrior, you're going to have a bad time, right? And I just like that play style. So that's why I've been playing Warrior ever since I started the game, basically. But there's also a lot to be said for just playing what you love. And I've always been an advocate for, if you're not having fun playing the game, what are you doing? Right? That a portion of players play the game, you know, to compete. All's well and good with them. Fine. That's fine. But I like to compete, but I also like to play what I like to compete, right? All right. Also, you can't fatigue Bolton. He has Beckoning Light. Okay, that's a very, very obscure card. Most lists do not run that anymore. The Saber combo package does burst down Warrior, and that's generally what you should be doing against Dory and against Kasai. I think if you take Raiden against Dory or Kasai, there's a lot of threat to being fatigued. Ward is a lot better than Spectra 100%. Yes, Spectra, I think, is universally the most hated mechanic. Rodol says, hi, I got second place in the RTN with KO. Congratulations. I learned a lot to play against Warrior here. Thanks. Okay. But I didn't play against any Warrior, but felt prepared for it. Okay. You're welcome. I, that's actually something that's interesting, is that I've actually started to get people asking me for coaching, not for Dorinthea, but to play against Dorinthea. It's interesting. So a lot of I'd say like most of the people in the stream just love Warrior, but there's a portion of people that are like, all right, let's try to figure out how to play against Warrior. And that's actually how I started playing the game, right? At the very, very beginning of the game, I played Ira. Like, we're talking like first 4 weeks of the game, okay? Because I opened, in my very first box of WTR, I opened a Mask of Momentum, right? And I was like, all right, well, Ira's pretty strong. Let me play Ira. So I played Ira. And then there was a guy in Hong Kong. His name is Mortal. Shout out to Mortal. And he just kept winning and winning and winning. And that's kind of what made me intrigued about the game. I was like, how can somebody keep winning and winning and winning and winning and winning? Like, I played Magic the Gathering. There was no consistency to who won the FNMs. But this Mortal guy won armory after armory after armory after armory. And I was like, okay, let me go figure out what he's doing, right? And so he was playing a little bit of Ira, a little bit of Kano, a little bit of Dorinthea. And I remember I like got my Ira deck and I played against his Dory and I got smashed. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go figure out Dory. I'm gonna go learn Dory. And that way I'll learn how to play against it, and then I'll know how to fight it with Ira. Long story short, I never went back to Ira. So yeah. I would have loved to be a class specialist, but I felt like LSS has hated Runeblade ever since Dynasty. Neither of them feel remotely viable right now, and Warmongers sucks. Well, the most dominant class over the longest period of time, I think, has been Guardian, closely followed by Illusionist and Runeblade. So it has been a while since Runeblade has been on top, but Runeblade was on top for a long time. Ever since Briar came out till Briar LL'd, Runeblade has been dominant. And that's partly because of, or mostly because of, Rosetta Thorn, but yeah. You said that this meta is actually an evolved triangle. Ah, good job, Ron, for reminding me. I remember I said, like, oh, you guys are going to have to remind me because I'm going to forget. Okay. So, I was thinking about this. I was like, thinking about the metagame, and I was like, looking at all the, stats and breakdown of all the RTN wins and all that. And eventually I looked at it and I was like, we got Dromai, Victor, and KO. And I'm like, this looks very familiar to the original what was the original triangle meta? The original triangle meta was back during Pro Tour 1, maybe before that. We basically had Starvo, Prism, we had Viscerai, but I guess Scalata got banned. But we basically had Illusionist, Guardian, aggro deck. And we've had that for a long time now, if you really think about it. Think about all the metas in the game. Then we had what? We had Oldhim, Briar, Prism. That was PT2. Then we had Lexi, Dromai, Oldhim. That was PT3. And then we had, I mean, now we have and we had Phi at one time, right? Uh, so basically, I was like, people are like, oh yeah, this metagame's so diverse. If you look at it, like the top 3 decks that make up half the wins are those classic Guardian, Illusionist, aggro deck. KO being the aggro deck, right? So the aggro deck has changed over time. It was Chain, and then Briar, and then Phi, and then Lexi, and then KO. There have been different people that have held the crown. Oh, and then for the Guardian decks, there was Starvo, Oldhim, Bravo, Victor. For the Illusionist decks, there was Prism, Dromai, right? So basically, we're back to a triangle meta. That was my main thought. I was like, this meta is not as diverse as it looks like. All right, there you go, Ron. That was my shower thought on the evolved triangle. I guess the evolved part is that those 3 archetypes in the past used to occupy like 90% of the meta. Now it's occupying like 60% of the meta, right? I am sorry, chaotic, but down with Rune Blades. I would prefer if all the classes were a little bit represented, but that's the nature of the game. Is like, okay, we print heavy hitters. Okay, these classes get a bump. With the expansion slot, that has helped a bit, but there's always going to be, you know, it could be a while before Runeblade gets some love. Know your enemy. Yep, that is true. Warrior forever. I approve. Another RTN I made top 8 winning against 2 Kasai's. Good job. Darwinian rhombus explanation incoming. I don't know what that means. Dory is life. The weird thing about this meta is, to me, you can make the argument that every deck is viable to play, but the problem is that every deck has at least one major foil that they lose against. That is basically the main problem with picking a deck for Pro Tour, is that, like, whatever you take, you're going to have good and bad matchups, and it's like, does Gem favor you? Like, this is the probably the most volatile Pro Tour that we're going to be at. Does Victor really still keep up with the other decks at top level play? Yes. Victor is very strong. Icelander was huge though. Yeah. Okay, so Icelander, I guess, doesn't really fall into those categories. Good job. Good point, Jason. Do you think Cast Bones is going to be banned? I feel wrong every time I cast it. Cast Bones is strong. I don't know if it's ban worthy. If it had Go Again, it'd be ridiculous, but it doesn't. I'd say it's less strict triangle than before. So it's a rhombus. It is not exactly that a bunch of stuff outside of that triangle is great, but that there are multiple illusionists and multiple aggro decks. Sure. Yeah. I guess there's 3 circles and they're connected by lines in a triangle. Like that, okay? When you total by class with those showing numbers, you get 56 Brute, 50 Warrior, 48 Guardian. That's supposed to happen with heavy hitters coming out. 47 Illusionist, 27 Ninja. Okay, yep. Sure. I disagree. Okay, what do you disagree with, fabtcg? If you want a deck with good overall matchups, you have KO. I would say a lot of people argue that KO actually has, I mean, is good into Victor, but it's like not that great into Kasai. I mean, KO. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah. KO struggles into Dory and into Kasai. So that's actually like here, let's So this is actually like one of the things. This is actually one of the reasons for me to bring Dory, is because I feel very confident in this matchup, right? And Dory is the hero, is the warrior that does best against Dromai. So that's kind of like the reason why if Pro Tour was tomorrow, I would be bringing Dory. The main reason is that I think Dory is fine into KO, fine into Dromai. The only issue is that Dory is like god awful into Victor. That's the main problem. Bolton, on the other hand, I think does fine into KO, awful into Dromai, okay into Victor. So pick your poison. Katsu versus Bolton, win-loss ratio. I already talked about how Katsu is extremely good against all the warriors in my State of the Union thing. But basically, Katsu, maybe it's just me. I did say that. I might just suck against Katsu. But I've always found Katsu to be difficult to deal with all the warriors. Cast Bones almost sucks. Cast Bones is... Oh. Okay, so at the beginning of the heavy hitters, we saw Berserk KO be a thing. And then that faded out. Now we're seeing Cast Bones KO. I think Cast Bones has started to fade out a little bit. There's been some murmurs that like Cast Bones is not that great. It's okay, but it's not like amazing. Obviously, Scab Skins into Cast Bone is ridiculous, but you have to take your risk. Yeah, Icelander was basically the Guardian, but wizard flavored. Sure. The rest of the pack is really polarized. Dromai also has game into the whole metagame. Yeah, Dromai, other than Katsu, I would say, and I think all the brutes are decent into Dromai as well, but not like favored. Yeah. Dromai is definitely a good pick for Pro Tour. Auzuri is favored into KO in my opinion. Sure, I don't know much about that matchup. I do know why Auzuri had success at the Battle Hardened, because there is a low amount of D-reacts, partly because of Dromai and Kano. So if we look at like, so you think about like, this is another reason why I'm leaning towards Dory. Where's that guy? Okay, so you think about like Dory, Dromai, and Kano. Even though I hate these other guys, I do recognize that they actually have a very, very important role. Okay, so what is that important role? You only have 80 cards. If you're putting extra poppers in your deck, you're not putting D-reacts in your deck. If you're adding Kano hate to your deck, you're not adding Dorinthea hate. So that's why I said at the moment, and because there's a lot of Arsenal hate, D-reacts are actually at their worst position possibly ever at this point. A lot of decks are like, I just want 3 sync below. I'm not running anything else, right? And some decks have even cut that, right? So because they want more slots for these matchups, right? And so that's why I'm thinking, okay, Dorinthea could be good, right? Because like I said, the matchup spread for Dory other than Victor is good, and the amount of D-Reacts in the format is at a record low, right? When was the D-Reacts at a record high? Let me ask you, chat. Can you guys remember when D-Reacts were at their highest? I vividly remember this. All right. KO against Katsu is difficult too. Yes. So KO is difficult. So Katsu and Auzuri are good against KO because KO doesn't have D-Reacts. That's really the issue. Starvo rhymes with Boreham. Starvo meta. That's correct. It was a Starvo meta. People were running unmovable in their deck. And poor Dory was just she got hit by the stray bullets. All right, let's see. Has bad matchups, but you have game into all decks. That's the appeal of KO. As someone who plays a lot of KO, my matchups feel pretty even, I think. The decks I'm most scared of are Warrior and Auzuri. Yes, because they play attack reactions. You can't compare KO versus Dory or Auzuri with Kasai versus Kano. Kasai to Kano's an auto loss. Correct. That's why I would not bring Kasai to Pro Tour. You should, if you're bringing Warrior to Pro Tour, it should be Dory or Bolton, depending on which gem god you want to pray to. If you bring Kasai to Pro Tour, you have to pray to 4 gods because you have to get 4 times as lucky with your matchups. Putting Great Axe in your back pocket. Every warrior should have Great Axe in their back pocket. What are your thoughts on Olympia just got here? I love Olympia. Unfortunately, Olympia needs a card or 2 more. But Olympia is my armory deck of choice right now. I have so much fun playing him. So what you're saying is you're trying to convince yourself to play Bolton. Oh, right now I'm like 51% on Dory, 49% on Bolton. Basically, if I flip a coin, if it's heads, I'm playing Dory. If it's tails, I'm playing Bolton. If it lands straight, I'll play Olympia. And there's no world where I play Kasai. Let me be very clear. I don't think Kasai is a bad deck. She does fundamentally strong things. The issue is that in a tournament where you have to go X and 2, having 2 auto losses is unacceptable. Unless you get ridiculously lucky, okay? If you want to get top 32 or 64, Kasai is actually probably good. If you want to win the Pro Tour, you should be bringing Dory or Bolton, okay? Katsu goes crazy right now. I agree. Katsu, I could tell you right now, there's going to be a lot more Katsu than you think. Whatever amount of Katsu you think is going to be at Pro Tour, it's much more than you think. There has been a huge uptick in Katsu players. So if you're going to Pro Tour and you do not know the Katsu card pool, go study it. Seriously, play the deck 10 times. It's extremely important you know how to defend against it properly. Let's see, where did I leave off here? If Droma is hugely represented in Pro Tour, Bolton isn't a good choice. Correct. What do you think, Josh? Did you solve Dory versus Droma matchup? Dory versus Dromai has never been in Dory's court. It has always been up to the Dromai to dictate how that matchup goes, so it's not really solvable. I love Cast Bones. Yeah, Cast Bones is trash. Sell them to me, people. 6 might want agility. CNC for 12. Go again all day. Kano is trash. Agree to disagree, sir. When I was 4-0 in the Swiss part of the RTN, had a Dorinthea mirror by my side. I was terrified playing against any of them. Yeah, yeah. A good Dory cuts you up. Yeah, and then Starvo meta. Yeah, this is answering the question that I said. Look at how Talishar Gamers making Dorinthea's win rate into Riptide 40%. This is why I said you have to have a great axe. Or you just have to know. I actually think you could probably get away with just playing Dawnblade against Riptide, but you got to know what you're doing. Who is running Unmovable in Starvo meta? The Starvos were on Turn Timber and Red Staunch. Anybody who wanted to play against Starvo had to have Unmovable in their deck. Like even Prism was running Red Unmovable. Chain was running Red Unmovable. Like if you didn't have Red Unmovable in your deck, you were gonna get like bonked on the head by 13 damage, go again, crippling crushes. Yeah, Jay said it answered the question. There we go. I've never thought about this, but what about Dory versus Kano? I've played so much Dory versus Kano. That is a fine matchup for Dory. Dory, you're really quick. And you can run AB2 and you have a decent amount of attack reactions. So it's actually very difficult for Kano. Who wasn't playing Starvo if you were serious in that meta? I didn't play Starvo in that meta. I played Bolton at Pro Tour 1. And I beat 10 Starvos with Bolton. Out of 16 rounds, I played Starvo 11 times. And I was 10-1. I lost to 2 Chains. And I beat a Prism. And there was some other thing. But yeah, I cut up all the Starvos at Pro Tour 1. Even Prism played Yellow Unmovable. There you go. Yep. Prism and Chain. Yep. Could this be Katsudori Rhino Bravo meta at Pro Tour? It definitely could be. I don't think Reinhardt is. I think KO is going to be the most represented brute deck. However, I think there are some good things about Levia that make her very strong. The issue is that it's difficult. So, as for Bravo, I think we're going to see more Victor than Bravo. Does Dory have a standard loadout of cards that are played regardless of build? No, because you can play with so many different weapons. There's really the only universal card is probably Glint and Blue Hit and Run. Chain running Red Unmovable. This is so funny. I mean, you had to it. You could rely on your Husk. That was very good. AB2 makes it fine. Yes, for Dory against Kano. I didn't play Starvo. Played a super fair, definitely balanced Scalata Viscerai deck. That was banned for Pro Tour 1, but yes, the season right before that, there were Scalata Viscerais running around. Do you think Oasis is fine to take as Dorinthea for Kano, or do you think it is unnecessary? You could include Oasis if you want. I think if you're aggressive with AB2, it should be okay. Dory into Kano is fun because you play at reaction speed, and so you don't have to go shields down until after you know whether or not they're blocking or not. Exactly. That was part of why Dory was quite strong in Blitz. Leviah, you have to play. Leviah, you have to think to play. Nah, Cast Bones goes burr. This is chain top 8 with red immovable. Yep. Because you can't get Oaken Olded 3 turns in a row and win, honestly. Yep, exactly. All right. Well, that was a lot of chat interaction there. Let's get back to what were we doing, guys? We were looking at Bolton cards, right? Seeing what heavy hitters did, right? So like I said, the Blade Flurry came in. Very small amount of people running Shift. I don't think this is playable. Got some people running the dual wield build. As for D-Reacts, very standard here. Ironically enough, I think this is actually reverse. This should be reverse, right? So most people, for most decks, Sync Below is better than Fate Foreseen. But in Bolton, when you're running these D-Reacts, you're actually on combo Bolton mostly. Fate Foreseen is actually better than Sync Below. Because if you sync a card and you sync into your combo piece, you IP yourself. So I actually think if anything, there should be more Fate Foreseens than Sync Belows. We got a couple shunts, couple value gods, sure. Some taking on the chin, sure. Light of Soul in some decks, sure. Okay, so nothing too surprising right now. Okay. So let's. Okay, so we have the RTN summary from fabtcg, right? This is their this was the final thing. And like I said, like, okay, it's not exactly 50%, but I think at a high level, half the meta is basically going to be Dromai, aggro, or probably more than half. 60% is going to be Dromai, some aggro deck, be it KO or Leviah, and then Victor. That's going to be 60%. Then you're going to have, I guess Katsu is also an aggro deck, but a different flavor. And then you're going to have, yeah, basically like Warriors, Kano, and Katsu kind of at the back here. And then you're going to have some people playing Dash and Azalea and Prism, kind of rounding things out, right? So if this is the meta that we're going to play against, right? We want to construct a Bolton deck to deal with this, right? So I'm already kind of seeing some issues here. Just looking at these top heroes, like none of these are. Ugh. All right, well, we'll construct the deck live. But this is actually, I'm just looking at it, thinking about it really briefly in my head. This is gonna be difficult. Let's see. Is there anything else to talk about? We have the Battle Harden. You know, lots of Dromai topping. Eventually, Auzuri won that. Kano being highly represented here. More Dromai, and yeah, okay. So nothing is, you know, too surprising here. We've seen over many weeks. This is pretty much what the metagame is probably going to look like at Pro Tour. So let's get into building a Switch deck, and then we'll take it out for some games here. So I guess the main question is, are we going to be yellow, red? Sorry, are we going to be red, yellow, or are we going to be red, blue? That's actually the main thing. Because if we're red, blue, the deck actually looks quite different. All right, let's see here. Which Bolton do you think of playing mid-range or hybrid? I think currently Switch Bolton is the most consistent version of it. I lost to a Dromai in the finals. This makes me so angry. Well, I'm sorry you had to look at that pie chart. I think Victor's the dark horse of the meta at the moment, which is really kind of cool. Is he even the dark horse? I think it's very obvious that he's one of the best decks of the format. Change the title to Coming Back to Dorinthea. I am not, like I said, I'm not set on Dory or Bolton. Raiden feels good into Dromai. Oh, I will disown. Does it? Does it feel good into Dromai? I don't know about that. I'm looking forward to playing Warrior after Dromai rotates. I got 3 Dromais in a row at my local RTN. Shit happens. Beaming Blade is the answer. Trust. No, Beaming Blade is not the answer. Have you tried Beaming Blade with Vestige? Is fun but terrible. I have tried it. I've streamed it. I streamed it before the World Championship, actually. All right, let's throw some cards into here and see where we're at. All right. Okay. So if we're going to be a switch deck, we definitely want some Beaming Bravados. So I'm going to try to build with Blade Flurry. So Blade Flurry basically has one purpose, is to combine with Lumina. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I'm going to try it. This card is good if we play. We might have room for it in the combo, like as a closer. So we'll put that in the sideboard there. Bolt of Courage obviously going to be in. Steel Hand is actually very, very important. Like I said, attack reactions are very important in Bolton. And I think too many people skimp on it. Okay. So Light the Way, good against Dromai. We'll put it in the sideboard. We might actually have to cut this because I don't think we're going to have enough room for it. I do like Resounding Courage, but only in Raiden-based builds. Slice and Dice is another card that is pretty good, but only in the hybrid version. Take Flight is good. Take It on the Chin is probably good enough. This is a card that I think is actually criminally underrated. Thoughts on Lumina Lance? Lumina Lance is a trap. Do not play Lumina Lance. Read it very carefully and tell me in what world would you want to play that. All right, if we're playing Raiden, we definitely want both of these bannerets. Beacon of Victory obviously is important. Beaming Bravado is also important. Bolt of Courage, also important. Bolting Blade is a popper. I'm trying to build this as quickly as possible because we've already spent a lot of time chit-chatting. And I kind of want to get a lot of games in today. If you guys have a specific question on why or why not I'm including things, let me know. All right. So Take Flight V. Okay, so I guess the main thing is now which blues do we include here? I think we include Bolt, Engulfing Light, and Take Flight. I think is the only ones that really make sense. Maybe Glint. Glint is actually not that bad. I don't think we have enough room. Let's just keep it simple. All right, we'll stick with 9 blues here. And let's see. I do want to Epot. We need Soul Shield. We need Cataclysm. So we've already hit the deck limit now. Think Below. Fate Foreseen. All right. Let's take a look here. So let's quickly think about our equipment here. We have our headpiece. I guess we need Halo as well, don't we? One of the issues with Bolton is that you use a lot of space on equipment. We have 2 headpieces, 3 sword pieces, 2 choices on arms, 2 choices on chest. Oh, we need tunic as well. Jesus. Okay, tunic as well. So we have, and we need snapdragons as well. So yeah, you we don't even have null rune yet. Jeez. So we need null rune. What did I say? Null rune 2. So we can either fight Kano with Soulbound, Resolve, and Raiden, or we can fight him with Courage. I think it's better to fight him with Courage. So that'll save us a slot. So these are the 12 equipment pieces we got. We got sabers. We have Raiden. Headpiece we got Warband and Halo. Chest piece we got Courage or Tunic. Arm piece we got Null Rune Versus or Gallantry Gold, and feet we have Boots or Scalers. This looks very standard. All right, let's think a little bit here. I don't think there's enough room for Light the Way, just in general. It's sad because this card's very important against Dromai, but I think against Dromai, we're just going to try to combo and combo quick. Like, I think if we play a long game against Dromai with Raiden, we'll lose. Do you run balance for brutes? Nope. Take it on the chin can be quite a clunky draw at times, especially if you draw 2 at once. Exactly. That's why you only play 2 copies of it. I see, like, this card is really good, but you never want to draw 2 at the same time, so you play only 2. That's why I play 2 Goblet as well, not 3. All right, let's quickly tidy up this deck a little bit, and then let's go take it out for some games. All right, let's think which cards are not played in all matchups. Try to think like Blade Flurry plus Lumina. Like, you find one, you set it into Arsenal, wait for the other one. Yeah. I mean, you can always charge it or block with it. I think it's good enough to stay in the main deck. So all these cards here look main deckable. Banner of Courage is actually a card you don't. This is much better in Raiden. So let's move it. Let's move it to the inventory. These also should be in the inventory. Okay. We're at 85 right now. Ugh. Can we play a Bolton Raiden aggro without Valiant Thrust, guys? I don't know. What do you guys think? Can I cut this card? I don't know if we have room for Blade Runner, actually. Let's cut the Blade Runner. And I guess we remove the E-Pot here. One more cut. I guess we don't need 3 Blade Flurries, right? Because we're only going to be able to use... Well, I guess we can always just charge or block with it. Need to cut one card here. I don't know anything about Boltons, I'm sorry. I watched you combo Kano with no AB at an RTN. Well, that was brave or stupid of me. One cut. I'm not sure what to cut. Maybe yellow beaming bravado. This card's never what you really want to play. Okay, so 51 cards. So we need to add 9 always. So we can add 9 pretty easily. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I haven't really been interacting with you guys. I've been trying to finish this. So, all right. I think this is roughly what we're going to start with here. All right. All right. There we go. All right. So that's in the chat for you guys. All right. I think we're going to rock with this. This feels pretty... This feels modern, yet, a little bit experimental with the Blade Flurries. And just the ratios. Running some blues here. All right. Let's try some games. Well, this is almost certainly a stream sniper. Do we waste our time playing against Riptide? Because this is not going to be at the Pro Tour. And this is basically an auto loss for both of these builds. All right, let's attempt to combo into them. I don't think it's actually possible. All right. All right, so if we're playing as Riptide... I mean, I don't really think... We're trying to combo, right? So we need some of these. Some of those to finish the game. Everybody's like, skip, not worth it. I actually think this guy's watching the stream, most likely. I'm going to quickly attempt to combo. Not gonna waste much time here. We'll go. Well, here's the thing. This guy presented 70 cards. I'm not going to be able to fatigue him. Josh the Cut is immaculate, too fresh. This is what I normally look like. I've just been very lazy in the US with haircuts. Okay, that's good. Inertia trap on this. That is good. Gotta get those reps on my 85% favored matchup. Yeah, that is the thing, right? He could see that I'm playing Bolton, and it's like, okay, let me bring the best counter to Bolton in the whole game. So, unfortunately, by the nature of everything that Bolton does, you basically turn on everything, which is kind of the issue. All right, let's block like this. Okay. So I think we want to move Courageous into the arsenal, because maybe we can combine this with an Engulfing Light or something, just to really power up our soul. If you want, I could play KO Aggro into you and close the stream, of course. Well, everybody is welcome to play games with me. I don't think I've ever declined a match on Talishar. Although this one was close. I was like, do I really want to waste my time against Riptide? But that's okay, because we're not wasting time, because, you know, I got you, chat. At least I get to chit chat with you while this game goes on. All right, so we got a giant ass sedation shot. Red cards have -1 while defending this. Well, luckily I am a or yellow base deck. But this, I mean, this whole hand is crap, so we'll just block everything. So, okay, we're gonna lose our arsenal. It's fine. We didn't really need it. So one thing I'm noticing is that because Riptide fat decked, his offense is going to be very, very clunky. So if he doesn't find his critical traps, we might actually get away with this. 10. Fletcher Redtail again. We get a Frailty, which doesn't matter. So I'm just thinking Beaming Bravado Charge. We don't need to arsenal any of these. I guess we could arsenal this. Or we could... says... I think we put the Bolt into arsenal. Because it's only blocking for 2 here. I guess I could also block like this and then do this. This is also fine. Okay, so we're going to get a... Actually, we should go this, shouldn't we? because they're both 3. You never know. You might face that one Riptide in LA and be glad you played this. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's good to refresh your memory, right? Like, Riptide kind of is a knowledge check. It's like, okay, do you know that XYZ cards exist? If you do, then good. If you don't, you know. All right, take flight. We drew take flight. That's fine. We haven't seen any combo pieces yet, which is really weird. We're already like 20 cards into the deck. We have a Deadeye. Okay. That's kind of bad. Long shot. Wow, I haven't seen this in oh boy. If I showed you guys this art, would you guys and I covered up the name of the card, would you guys know what this is? I wouldn't. All right, let's see here. We're gonna Soul Shield. Let's see. As long as this is not Rain Razors, I think we're good. So we just pitch the Tick Flight into the deck for later. We're just going to swing the hot streak here, I think. Nah, exactly. Blocking is good sometimes too, in case they drew a Ranger hand. All right, Snapdragons. Okay. Not sure what he's gonna load a 0-cost arrow with this. I mean, if it's like something annoying, we can always just block with our armor plus this. Let's see. Sure. I do not care about your 3 vanilla damage, sir. All right, we need combo pieces ASAP. There's a combo piece. Great. We need this take flight out of our arsenal now. Unfortunately, there's not a good way to get it out. Well, this really sucks because we're going to get a Blood Rot and a Frailty just to move this out. But I mean, we got to do what we got to do, right? So we can block here, and then we take flight, pitch, charge. Yeah. This is not amazing. We're not thrilled that we have to take all this damage for no reason. Bro, Dynasty just felt like a bad dream except for Spirit. Is this card from Dynasty? It is from Dynasty, yeah. Jeez. All right, take flight. Do we want Steel Hand or Valiant Thrust still in our deck? I think we want the Steel Hand in our deck. So let's pitch the Steel Hand, charge the Valiant. All right. Okay. So we're definitely going to want to block with all of our cards, except for Spirit, obviously, especially on this place with Inertia. Really hope he does not have oh, he doesn't. Okay, yeah. So we're good here. We'd also could well, I guess we don't need to charge anymore. We're already good. Let's just keep our armor. Okay, so Spirit in play now is quite nice. I don't know what it did. I just wouldn't remember the name though. This dude's ripping through his equipment, going all out. Yeah, this guy's. How's the life this close when he's just been going nuts? I don't know. I mean, Bolton blocks well when he wants to block, man. It's not like Riptide, like, yeah. All right, so no D-Reacts from Arsenal. Luckily, we can play D-Reacts from hand. This hand is complete butt cheeks, though. One of these Rain Razors could be. Even if it is, it doesn't matter. He's Riptide, not Azalea, exactly. He has a hard time pushing damage against somebody that just wants to block. That's why he could be fatigued. All right, do we want Blade Flurry still in the deck? Yeah, we'll go like this. All right, we have our setup. Okay, unfortunately, we're running into disruption this turn, which is not good. Okay, so quite bad here. We haven't seen a Rain Razors for a while. If this hits, we'll lose a card from hand, add a card in our arsenal. So we actually are incentivized to block 10 here. So I think we just block like this, and we hold off on comboing. So I think we just pass priority here. We're going for the triple Lumina here. Okay, we got our triple Lumina. Sweet. All right, so if he does not have disruption this turn, we're good. Okay, frailty is annoying. It's actually very annoying. That cuts our damage output by 8. Yep. Ooh. Okay. Now this is very interesting. You know what's so interesting about this? We don't actually want to pitch anything. So this actually has no on-hit effect. Although he'll probably name blue, but yeah. All right, so let's... Do we block with the Warband? We're blocking with this for sure. Do we block with the Warband here? I don't think so. We're just going Bolt. Yeah. We're going to Bolt. We're going to beak it over it, and then we're going to go from there. I think we block with it just to have... Because we might use it the turn after we combo. Okay, so we got a Frailty. That sucks. It's going to name a color. He named yellow. Okay. Sure. All right, so let's see, how do we do this? We go Bolt, charge this. Okay. So we don't need to do anything. We could just flash it Illumina to give us go again and draw our card here, and then we could beacon later. If he D-reacts, then we'll pump it so it gets over the D-react. So we'll flash it Illumina here just to get our action point back. Oh, we didn't actually even have to do that. We could have just passed here and then did this later. It doesn't matter. Sure. Move to take 1. Sweet. We draw. So we want a... Oh, God. Have you ever quad luminated somebody? Okay. Well, we can't pitch this. Huh. Well, I guess we have the beacon to win the game later, I guess. Or we could beacon for Celestial in the middle of these attacks, I guess. Ooh, we could also beacon for a blue. So that we could gallantry gold. Ooh, there's so many possibilities here. All right, they all begin with breaking courage, so I mean, is what it is. Quad boomina, baby. All right, so let's push the hot streak forward first. No blocks, huh? This is so funny because this is even amount of power right now. Okay, so we flash this in. Flash this in. Now, do we go find a card to pitch so we can gallantry gold so we can attack? That's worth it's worth 7 damage to do that. Probably worth it, right? I think we do it. Let's now what do we want? Maybe 4? I don't want to get blown out by the trap that says I can't gain power. So maybe 3 is the right amount. Or 2? Let's go with 3. All right, so we get to find a card that we can put on the bottom of our deck. So we could find a blue, or we could find a red. We only have one red left. So I guess we go find Engulfing Light, put it in our hand. Alternatively, we could just play the Bolt out. Now let's grab the blue. And do we need to give this go again here? No, I think we don't need to give it go again yet. All right, Lumina hits, flip 3 cards. Yeah, the Gallantry Gold negates the frailty, which is nice. All right, Lumina hits, sink below, V, Courageous Steel Hand, sure. Okay, so now we Gallantry. And I think he's just dead, right? So we still don't need to give this go again. Should we go to the Centauri Saber side? Maybe save these for later? I don't think it really matters. I think pushing the hot streak is a little bit better. Okay, there's another frailty trap. Sure. Oh, this doesn't have go again, which is good. See, this is what I was playing around. I have action points. I don't have go again. So this is a mistake from him. He shouldn't have used this right now. Because I didn't give this go again. I just have an action point. So I'm not going to get a frailty from that. That's a misplay. He was he could have blocked with an arrow to give this go again and then frailty trap. So does he not have an arrow in hand? That's weird. Well, anyways, he's about to die. So all right, guys, we did it. We took out taking out the garbage here. And we still have some Blade Flurries left in the deck to probably end the game. Yeah, collapsing trap. This is another card you have to play around a lot. But with Spirit in play, this kind of negates it. And that's why I didn't give go again to my first attack, so I could ensure that I could pitch this. Like I said, this matchup is a knowledge check. All right, Lumina's going Boomina, baby. And I think this triple Lumina with the Frailty is going to kill him for Xaxes. Exact lethal here, I think. Oh, even better. All right, goodbye, Mr. Riptide. All right, we did it, boys. Easy game. Yeah, a little bit of chip, and then we killed him in one go there. Yeah, the Spirit of Arena makes this way more interesting, actually. In the past, without Spirit, this was a... Actually, I don't even know if there was a period of time with that. Yeah, I don't... I think we always had Spirit against Riptide, but yeah. All right, well, that wasn't much of... I mean, that's not what I really came here to test. All right, let's... All right, for those of you just joining us, we're playing Switch Bolton. This is the list we're on. All right, let's go play some more games. Hopefully we don't get a Riptide. Ooh, we got an Auzuri. Okay, so I don't like either method against Auzuri, to be honest. What do you guys think? Should I combo or should I raid it against Auzuri? This one I've always been kind of 50-50 on. Because they have a lot of Arsenal hate. Are we supposed to play Raiden against Auzuri? I kind of like just going for it with combo, to be honest. Raiden is tried and true. Raiden. Somebody said combo. Yeah. There was never Riptide before Spirit. There we go. If I'm running Raiden, I'm probably not running the... I guess I could run the D-Reacts, but... Ugh. Honestly, I'd rather play Great Axe against them, but I don't have it. Let's just run with this. Oh, sweet. This hand's nuts. This is a great starting hand, guys. All right, we got Nerve Scalpel. That messes up our reactions. Spider's Bite messes up our attack actions. Yep. At least we have a shakedown being played here, so that's good for us. All right, we start with 2 soul, baby. Well, 1 soul plus Spirit in play is essentially 2 soul. Okay. This is nice. We can move this into Arsenal. All right, so we do want to play Take Flight next turn. Prep ourselves for this. Okay, so against Auzuri, we need to be very careful how we block with Courage. So Shred destroys this. They also have the card that banishes defending equipment. So or defending card. So we definitely want to avoid those. Got over 100 people watching. Well, I'm glad that you guys are tuning in. All right. I mean, we want to defend with attack action cards, so I'm tempted to just play this now. So we do want to block with one of these, and then we're going to go bolt charge one of these. Bolton, baby. Good to see. Could this list support a Great X? No. First time I played against KO. Against Auzuri, I got my glove shredded. I never did it again. Well, there you go. All right, Nerve Scalpel hits. My reactions at -1. He blocked with these two cards, which is weird. Okay, Codex, sure. Ironically enough, I don't have any targets in my graveyard. Because it went to Soul. Oh my god, that's such a cool interaction. The engulfing light went to Soul, so it's not in my graveyard, so I don't get affected by this. Sweet. Okay, we've got Contract Auzuri here. Okay. Do we block with our Gallantry Gold here? Could. Or our Courage here, sorry. Do I really care that they are gonna banish the top card and get a silver? Not really. I don't really care. They can buy back their boots, but whatever. Yeah, I don't really care. All right, it banishes Engulfing Light. They create a silver. Okay. Bolt, charge, take flight. If he lets us hit, I can actually start coming in with swords here. And not that they're very annoying with this frailty, but yeah. No shred, get armor value now? Yeah, I could have there. I feel like it's actually okay if I don't get any value from my armor in this matchup because Auzuri's slow. Oh god. Well, okay, so Warband might bail us out here. So we could pitch Beacon, attack, charge this. Yeah, we have to pitch this, tackle that, charge that. It's not very good, actually. Yeah, this card needs to be a different color here. Oh, this is actually a disaster. Oh, this hand's bad. This hand's bad. Oh man. Well, luckily the spider's bite's not that bad, so we could just take this. This one's fine. There's no way to really save this hand. That's the issue because this is red. If we pitch, charge. We need a blue for this warband to save us. Okay, isolate here. I mean, we could throw our armor here. If the warband gets destroyed, it's not the end of the world. I feel like we need one more card in Soul right now. So this triple Lumina is not actually probably, it's not going to happen, I think. It could happen. I think our turn is just going to be pitching the steel hand swinging. Wait. Oh, shit. We took 1 damage there. Oh, we took the spider's bite. Ugh, my bad. So there's no good solution here because this only blocks for 2 here. If we block with the courage and it's shred, we lose the game. We could go this, and this maybe is better. We don't get a triple Lumina, but at least we probably don't lose our arsenal. I mean, this could be shred into a swap, which is bad. With 3 cards and they didn't nerve Scalpel, I anticipate that this is going to hit. Just triple Lumina without Gallantry. I don't have a starter. I can't triple Lumina with Warband without a blue. Yeah, if we had a charge card in this hand would have been nuts. Okay, looks like they're just passing priority. Sweet. Good for me. Okay, actually, now we can actually do something with Warband, which is kind of nuts. We can actually, like, charge, which is okay here. So we can pitch the Beacon Warband, attack with the Saber, charge this, pitching this. Because it's too early to combo. We don't have... it's too early to combo with Beacons, basically. It possibly too early. With 2 Soul and Spirit of Arena out and double Beacon, it's like right on the edge there. So I think we just go for this play here. I think it's okay. Let's go with the hot streak here. Pitch. Okay, so the Warband should trigger now. Yep. Okay. Okay, no blocks from them, which makes sense. Okay, so now we're set up for next turn. Okay, this hand doesn't have the combo piece, unfortunately. Pop Courage, Warband charge. Oh, you're right. I could have triple Lumina. I forgot. I kept on thinking, like, yeah, I have to pay for my Saber attack. No, of course not. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I think I misplayed that because I forgot that I was too worried about not getting my courage shredded and then thinking, oh, I got to get value from courage, that I forgot about this. Okay. If I defend with an action card, I'm not going to defend with an action card. Why not pitch Banner to Helmet, charge Courageous? Because if I charge red Courageous Steel Hand, I don't get a draw. Yeah, but I think Odie is correct. I could have actually gone for it, but I'd have to pop the courage as well. Okay, isolate. This is probably going to hit my CNC. All right, so we have a Quicken token here. So we kind of want to go this into this. So we basically block with one of these. This is basically going to hit. Yep. This matchup's rough here. Okay. So he's going to banish the top card of my deck, which is yellow. And was the top card of my deck Illumina? It was. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Jeez, that's unlucky. All right, we're going to get some damage here pushed through. Because we have a Quicken token here, so we can go, you know, Saber into Hot Streak here. All right, so... Ooh, we're already down. We have a combo piece in Graveyard, combo piece in Banished Stone, combo piece in Arsenal. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit of a high roll to hit Lumina off the top, but it is what it is. So we can't triple Lumina anymore, but we're chipping this Auzuri down, so that's good. All right. This hand can block here. Of course, isolate, super annoying. Okay, Plague Hive. Thank God it didn't give us inertia. Okay, I think we block with this. Because we want all of our attack action cards to block for full here. Played versus an Auzuri once as dash, and they hit me with an Eradicate for 6. They pumped it 3 times in reactions, and it banished literally all my pistol items. Yep, that can be tough. All right, so we're definitely going to want to block with 2 cards here, I think. Of course, this could be shred into a... I'm just... Without a D-react, there's too many stupid things that can happen here. Am I freaking out too much? Have the Auzuri lists changed? Because this is Contract Auzuri, right? This is probably the battle hardened winning list, if I had to guess, right? So, like, does it even matter? Like, I'm afraid of shred into Auzuri switch. But it hasn't even been done once. Maybe I'm just freaking out too much. The Battle Hardened list, I think, did not have Plague Hive. I think so as well, which is this is I guess this is Sharp's own homebrew right here. Okay. Uh, First instinct is to block these two. I do have enough resources that I could just, you know. Yeah. This doesn't have go again, right? So he'd have to shred into black text. And this doesn't have stealth, right? So it can't be swapped. I'm very confused. He has 8 cards in graveyard, 39 in deck. That's 48. How does this guy only have... This is 47, right? 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. How did he present a deck with 52 cards, guys? Am I going crazy here? Like, my deck is correct. 13 plus 37 is 50. 4 plus 3 is 57. 58, 59, 60. How is this guy... Nothing in bad... Am I going crazy here? Yeah, Cut to the Chase is another card that could be in, but let me invite this guy to chat. How many cards did you present? Why do you only have 30 in deck plus 9 in G? My deck is exactly 60. 13 plus 37 is 50. These two, 58, 59, 60. Okay. He said that he had 60. Okay. I don't know, guys. people rewinded the VOD, right? And they said that there's only 52. I don't know. All right, we'll just play this out. It's okay. Maybe the swaps are going to the bottom, but there's still like a lot of cards missing. I don't know. The Auzuri said that they presented 60. Try to reload the page. Okay. Reloading the page. This is 50, 53 now. So I don't know. Okay. 8, go again. I mean, this hand is not great. But it is vanilla damage. So we will take vanilla damage. I don't know. Talasho doesn't let you start with 52, so probably a visual bug. I don't know. Tried my best to fix it. You call support. I don't know. I don't know, guys. All right. Yep. So we'll take 8 here, go to 23. Presume something more scary is coming. Yep, there's leave no witnesses. All right, so we probably want to block with this plus this. And then we can, with the agility, we can play these or use these to have a decent turn. Okay, they went to Arsenal. Okay, so we can push this forward, pitching that. And then we can Blade Flurry, and we get decent damage here. And we don't lose any soul, which is good. Do we regret going combo yet in this matchup? Not yet. It's turn 7. I set the Lumina turn 2, and it hasn't gotten blown up yet. So there's that. All right, we're still down a Lumina and a beacon, and we pitched a beacon very early. But we're nearing the time of the game where we basically should be guaranteed 2 combo. Turn 7, turn 8 is basically when you're mathematically near like 90% to combo already. I guess because we did lose the Lumina. It's less than that, but all right, here we go. Good hand here. All right, as long as there's no disruption here, we're good. Okay. So here the threat is one of these breaking. If we had one more armor, we'd be safe here. So if we courage plus sink blow, we get blown out by flick nerve scalpel. I wonder if maybe he doesn't see the line. Do we rely on our opponent being bad is the question. I think we got to wait one more turn. It's too threatening here. You know what? Let's go this plus sink below here. That's actually safe. Because it also forces him to commit the block text here. Yep, flick knives here. Okay, that's fine. He did see the line. So yeah, that's we can't assume our opponent's bad, right? Our flick knives nerve scalpel hits me, so sink blow only blocking for 3, but it's gonna be enough here. All right. I mean, V into Lumina is like one of the best ways to kill people. So I think we don't sink anything. I think we don't attack. I think we just go to the next turn. Because if we could charge V and then flash in Luminas, he's dead. All right, so we'll take the risk here. Okay. All right. We just need the pressure this turn to be minimal. Random 4-card hand from Auzuri. Let's hope that this is okay. That could have been a Courage of Bladehold block there. I agree. But I think the baiting of the Nerve Scalpel there was a little bit more important. They always see this, exactly. Okay, so if this turn has little pressure, we're going to break these. Oh, God. Well, we can't block. All right, give it to us. We're at the complete mercy of his deck here. All right. What's revealed? It's Command and Conquer. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. We still have a actual decent turn here. So. So our turn could be V single Lumina. Not that bad, actually. It'll carry the buff over. It's not that bad. What do you guys think? V single Lumina, is it good enough? So that's going to be 4 plus 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 plus... It'll be 24 damage this turn. So I have to play the post combo game. I think it's good enough. So let's go for it here. So if that wasn't CNC, 100% he's dead here. But this is still good enough because this is 4 into 5, 5, 5, 5. I had Soul Shield, but Soul Shield doesn't work against Command and Conquer. Pitch the Soul Shield to the gold, Gountry Gold first. Yep, of course, have to do that. Do we give this go again? We can just give this go again. All right, push the hot streak forward. Obviously, I have this in hand. Man, via the Vanguard plus Spirit of Arena, real strong. Yes, I could have reacted in response to Auzuri's activation before the CNC flip, but I didn't know it was CNC. I was hoping it was going to be something minor, like Death Touch. But I guess that was very hopeful. The chance that it's disruptive is actually near 100. Yeah, this turn's not bad at all. I mean, we did a great amount of damage, and now we still have, We could set V into Arsenal, kind of play out these. We wait for a blue, and then we should be able to push here. It's 4 to 20 right now, so death touch here. So kind of want to block with 2 cards, send something back, Arsenal the V. All right, so we're going to Fate for Scene here, and we're looking for blues. I think we also have Blade Flurries left. We have maybe 1 Blade Flurry left. We also have a ton of soul, so like... Ooh. Steel Hand's real good. But it's not a blue, and it's not Beacon, so let's bottom it. Do we still have a beacon? We have a beacon in soul. We have a beacon in... Yeah, we still have 1 left. I think it's like about 10 cards down. Okay, so he's not going to get go again here because it didn't hit. Okay, do I play... I think we just maintain this in our deck, right? Now, this is risky, try to go for the setup play here on V. Because we could get it destroyed. Okay, we got a blue. That's great. Ooh, this hand's real nice. So we can V, could double charge it. And then we got, you know, strong finishing move here. Of course, there could be a disruption this turn. If the disruption's light, though, I think we're good. Even if it's heavy, if they Auzuri swap, we'll put the Soul Shield in, and then we'll go with a Hot Streak, Blade Flurry, Saber with these 2. So I think we're good here. You notice his deck is getting bigger. It's 26 plus 25 is 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Why is his deck getting bigger? He presented 52, now it's 56? That's weird. Okay, no blocks on the Spider's Bite. So he blocked with Isolate, so I presume another Isolate's coming. Yep. No blocks on this. Okay, Auzuri. Okay, so now we need to Soul Shield here. Let's put the Take Flight back in our deck. Yeah, you love to see it. Soul Shield defended Command and Conquer. Oh, his equipment's in the graveyard. Oh. His deck is not growing. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. You guys are so smart, chat. Right. He has equipment in the graveyard now. Yep. You right. All right, and this is why I like Blade Flurry. Like, remember in the past I used Route to end games? Now, you know, Blade Flurry post combo, like, this does work. And plus, you're guaranteed to have it post combo as long as you didn't block or charge it. So this is go again, which is nice. Now we can Blade Flurry here. This is 4 or 5 here. Quite nice. If we find Beacon, he's basically dead. I laugh because I'm dumb. You're good. All right, we got a Cataclysm. We got lots of ways to end the game here. think we're going to go V into an attack into Cataclysm is the way we end the game. So we pitch to take flight, V charge the banner of gallantry. That should end the game. Vanilla damage here. We're not blocking, obviously. Okay, and they played Codex. Ah. Okay. Well, that's super annoying. All right, so we're going to go Cataclysm, Hot Streak, Saber here. Auzuri's very good at being a cockroach here. Not dying. All right, Super E-Strike here. Very likely he 6 blocks this, and then the Hot Streak actually becomes lethal, even with the Frailty. Me, when I was beginning at Fab, I laughed at Bolton, now I fear him. The irony. All right. We got a Kodachi lock here. If he doesn't have a non-attack action or an attack reaction, this is going to get a card. Oh, he does have one. Okay. Concealed Blade. Okay. That's pretty good. All right. Okay. So we're pretty sure it's not CNC because we saw him pitch one. I think even if he swaps it, we still need to... Oh, this is so annoying. I think we block with these two. Or sorry, these... No, yeah, these two. And then we go V, single charge. Yeah, that should get him off of a... That should get him into a position where... Okay, it just swapped in and didn't even give me a chance to... Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I think my opponent saw the writing on the wall. Okay. Okay. Apparently we can combo Auzuri. All right, for those of you just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are playing Switch Bolton. Guess I'll post a link in the chat. Oh, it had Dominate. Oh. Then I'm even more of a potato. I was supposed to not block at all there. That's one of the things about Talishar is like I'm not exactly clear every time about what's happening. That's why I love playing in the Flesh and Blood a lot more. Do you have a card from Heavy Hitters that you've been extra happy with? This one right here. Best card in the set, boys. Best card by far. All right, let's play some more games. All right, we got a Dory. So against Dories, we combo them because we can get fatigued. All right. We add in some D-Reacts. And we add in... Yep, just add in a couple extra cards here. Honestly, we might play it more than... Let's see here. We might want to play more than we normally do. Just having extra gas is quite good against Dory. This card, I think it's good enough. All right, we'll run everything here. Okay, this hand's pretty good. We can Arsenal the Soul Shield, put the beacon back in our deck. Not bad. Okay, so here, I don't like pushing here because it gives them another chance to filter. Yep. Against high level Boltons, you need to do all your filtering on the first attack because Boltons that know what they're doing are not going to attack you with their saber here on turn 0. Especially with the current Shokin. But just in general, don't expect take flight into an attack on turn 0. So if you need to do your filtering, you do more filtering on the first attack. Okay. It's not bad. All right, so objective is to get Soul, wear down some of the armor, set up a triple Lumina. Okay, so pitching a Twitty Blade means he didn't draw into a blue here. All right, glistening into a swing here. So with the Soul Shield, we don't need to do anything. So I actually like block with the take flight here. If they react, we'll Soul Shield, and then we're just going to bolt charge. We also could go Gallantry Gold plus take it on the chin is also fine. Force them to react. I think we save our armor. I think we just block for 3 here. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay, threatening a draw here, so likely to get armor. Opponent presented 62. Okay, so they're on sync below. Switch Bolton is when you have the Saber combo and an aggro game plan. That is correct. When you have both when you have both access to the Saber combo and Raiden. Because a lot of the deck is built in the similar manner. Okay, we're gonna block for 6 here. Obviously, we could get punished here, but this is kind of the safer play. Twinning Blade here. Okay. So one twinning's on the bottom, one's here. Mm-hmm. So I think we could call the bluff and just block 3 on 3, I think is okay. Unless it's Iron Song response, or he could have saved Blade Flurry. I don't think he has enough energy. I don't think he has it. Even if he does have it, like, it's not the end of the world. Sure. Take your counter, Mr. Dory. Okay, this is a little bit tricky here because we want to move this into Arsenal. It means we have to play this out, which means we can only block 6 here. Ugh. So here, I think we're not supposed to block. You glint or bolters if you want. I'll block the second attack here. Okay, so they were 2-card inefficient there, so we can be 2-card inefficient. So they had 2 cards that they didn't want to play, which means they probably have a prize, which means the game is already in a state where we're racing. Okay. Naked Dawn Blades. We don't block Naked Dawn Blades. Glint from Arsenal. That means he didn't glint last turn, which is weird. All right, what are we doing with our turn? So likely he can pump this to 9. So I think we just 3 block here. Sending. Yeah, let's just deny the second counter here. Unless he has singing into response. Or overpower. Okay. So this could be singing into response. Looks like it is. That's fine. Sometimes we block it +3. We rarely block it +4. All right. Okay, we finally got another defensive card here, so now we should be able to deny the counters. Yep, very annoying here. Okay, so we've reset the counters now. Okay, we've got a Spirit of Arena that we can put into play, which is going to be very valuable. Remember, guys, we're trying to triple Lumina them. Okay, Boltyn Blade turns over my Lumina. Precision Press Swing here. So we can basically block with 2 cards. Probably be okay here. Probably these 2 should be fine. Okay. Okay, here I like blocking with 2 cards. It'll probably get through, and then I have to give another 2 cards. I mean, this hand is not being played, so the greediest line is block 3 cards and then swing a weapon back at them. But I kind of like blocking 2 here. Very, very, very likely they get through this, but it's what it is. Make them show some more of their hand here. Wow, it was enough. Really? Okay, Goblet. Sure. Uh... All right. We have triple Lumina, but we do not have the... We do not have a starter. So if we try to combo with these, let's see. Pay 2 into this. Break that. Swing, charge this. We won't get to draw, so we're not going to get to Gallantry Gold, but we do get to triple Lumina. At 35, that should be enough. Maybe. Let me think. This is kind of the this is kind of the I think this is the play, right? I mean, we have triple Illumina with Spirit out, so we're not getting Soul Starved. It's just we can't activate the Gallantry Gold, unfortunately. But I mean, this is what we need against Dory, right? Triple Illumina against Dory. So I think we block with our armor on the second attack here. They pitched an overpower. Interesting. All right. No shatter, please. Sweet. All right. Courage. Warband. Pitch Cataclysm. Doesn't matter which one I swing at them. Swing Hot Streak. Charge Valiant Thrust. Okay. That's what you like to see, guys. Triple Illumina. All right, so I don't think the Dory dies, but the Dory will be pretty low here. If we were able to Gallantry Gold, this Dory would be dead. Okay, we just lost a beacon there. That's not good. All right, so we're going to bring him down to 13, it looks like. So if we Gallantry Golded, that would be him at 5, which is essentially dead. 13 is not dead. Thoughts on Shatter? That's not the metagame for it. All right. End result. 2 beacons in Graveyard. 1 beacon in Soul. That's very bad. Now we have no use for this. Did we bring in Celestial Cataclysm? We did, right? There's 1 there. Okay, so our Soul outlet is Cataclysm and giving our weapons a go again. So I think we need to go for a big V turn here. So we want V in Arsenal, and then we want to go for it with these. Does this matter with anything right now? I think we Engulfing Light, charge Bolt of Courage, and we just set up with a blue and V. It is not impossible to triple Lumina plus gold. If you draw a card during the turn, you can do it. Yes, Oath of Steel would definitely be good. Oh, baby. We got a dead Dory. V. Double charge. Bolting Blade. And multiple attacks here. Or V single charge. Do we have another V? We have 2 more Vs in our deck. I mean, either way, we're not blocking this, obviously. So we could yeah, I think V double charge bolt is just the most damage. We're gonna lose a Cataclysm, but whatever. V. Is there? Yeah, there's never a world we single charge. To triple Lumina, all he needed was a blue to pitch or a yellow to charge. Exactly. But I had a yellow to pitch and a red to charge. No blocks. Take 4. All right. Part of me really wants to just single charge this and set the Bolting Blade into Arsenal, but it's not enough burst, I think. This guy's playing good with his armor. Like, he knows that, like, on the burst turns, he needs to use his armor. This is the turn where we might get punished for not single charging our V there. Because single charge V is more damage. And we need damage. If we single charge V, this doesn't leak, though. I think it's super obvious what the card in hand is. Because I played a Celestial, or charged a Celestial. Alright, we're going to break through here, but he's not going to die. Oh, yeah. Blade Flurry going to kill him here. This is why this card's good in combo, guys. This is annoying because if he blocks with a card, this is only going to put him to 1. Is what it is. This should still end the game, though. He's played 1 sync and 3 fates, so he might still have 2 more syncs. This is like super standard Dory list here. So we're going to get his grains here. Yep. Never really liked Bolton. The calculations are too unintuitive for me. What type of calculations are you talking about? Bolton was very boring when he came out when it was compared to the other heroes during that time. I don't think he was boring. I think he was very weak. I had 2 blues, Cataclysm and Bolting Blade. So if I only single charge, I don't have enough resources to swing the swords. All right. We're going to take flight charging this. Yeah, and then do these, and then he should be dead. This could be sync below. I'm kind of worried about that. All right, take flight, charge this, and then hot streak with the courageous, and then saber. Should be good. It's coming in at a break point. This is really annoying for him. Ah, he has a D-react. From hand. So that he did sync here. Okay, so we're going to go with the... Yeah. So now we can kill him with this unless he has his last sync, which he might. Nope, he does not. Good game. I think this might have been somebody in the chat. I think there was somebody called Omar watching earlier, right? So yeah, that's pretty standard on how that matchup goes. You just defend properly and then boomina. I think Bolton was pretty fun to play until the ice meta came along. The ice meta came along very quickly after Bolton came out. Do you just value swinging the swords over Bolting Blade? Yes, because I was getting low on cards in deck. So in order to stretch your deck, you need to attack with weapons as many times as possible. Ah, it was you. Damn, GG, Josh. LOL. Hope you didn't mind me jumping in. Of course I don't mind. 100 damage threatened. 13 turns is okay. I mean, the main stat is the damage threatened plus block. 12.58 obviously is not amazing, but you know, you deal it in bursts. He only took 5 damage before I comboed. And then on that turn, he used all his armor, all his cards in hand, basically. And he still took 22. So. Yep. Yeah, this is super standard Dory here. So one thing that game, he didn't have any supremacies, but it wouldn't... I don't think that really changes anything. So, booming up Bolton. All right, guys. What do we think of the deck? Yes, I could have pitched a blue, charged a blue, V, Saber, Hot Streak, pitch Cataclysm for Bolting Blade. That would have kept the Cataclysm in the deck, yeah. Yeah. I think though for Bolton against Dora, you need your burst turns to be as bursty as possible. Like if on that turn I did 4 less damage, he would have been at 6 instead of 2. All right. Well, I think we showcased what standard Switch looks like. This is a contender for Pro Tour, obviously. I'm not sure. All right. I think we'll kind of start winding down here. All right. You guys got any questions in chat? You can ask away. What was the turning point in that game? Was it actually finding the combo, or was it something on Dorinthea's end? I mean, I got Spirit of Arena into play, and I triple Lumina. That's what I was trying to do the whole game. Plus, I think my defense for the first 8 turns of the game was pretty good. With 3 sync, sorry, with 2 fate, 2 sync, and 3 soul shield, 7 defensive cards, I probably see 3 of them. Right? So if I have 7 defensive cards plus, good defensive fundamentals, it's very difficult for you to break through. Against decks with high armor and 6+ D-reacts, plus obviously I'm very good against Dory. When you add all those things together, it becomes very difficult for you to get a meaningful offense going. That's why I've always said, like, as soon as people start approaching 9+ D-reacts, you need to be playing Decimator or Hatchets or Dual Wield in general. You only want to be running Dawnblade against 3 or less D-reacts in general. In fact, very good Icelanders with 3 sync blows already give Dory a lot of trouble. So imagine what happens when they have 6 or 9 defensive cards. But luckily, this is the meta where people are trimming on D-reacts, so... All right, looks like I think we're just going to be closing things down now. Final call for questions. If not, I'm going to get off. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Bolton should be able to extend the game against any warrior in the game. Like, Dory is fast, but like, if you defend properly, she's not very fast. Like, during that game, you got me to like 15, 20, something like that. Nationals have break for lunch. Normally, they do not. The last tournament I went to that had a break for lunch was Cincinnati 2021. That was literally like October 2021. uh Always enjoyed the stream. Well, you're welcome. I ate so badly at RTN. Well, when you go to large tournaments, they normally have some food vendors there, but it's better if you bring a little something something. Like a trail mix generally does well. Or a ham sandwich. You get a lunch break if you pair into Kano. Maybe. All right, guys. This has been Josh Lau with the Card Guys. If you are going to be at LA, come up and say hi. I will give you a Dorinthea sleeve. Even if you're not going, you can have your friend say hello. It's also fine. All right. What's coming up this week? We will be recording our much anticipated tier list video. That will be coming out early next week. We also have our heavy hitters draft camp that will be this Saturday. So just like Bright Lights, we are going to try to stream that. So, if I know that weekend is Dallas and there'll be a lot of games going on in Dallas, but in between games, come check us out. Come say hello. All good. All right. I'm out. See you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.